Hey, it's me, Daniel. Before we start this video, I do want to say one thing. BladeBound Saga will be at GenCon 2025. I will be GMing games with Darrington Press and Envoy, and AJ will be attending as a regular attendee. So if you're going to GenCon, we'd love to say hi, we'd love to meet you. Let us know that you're coming down in the comments below. Without further ado, let's jump into today's episode. Welcome to BladeBound Saga. I'm Daniel, otherwise known as RiceKombo, and I will be your GM for today's episode of Scapegoat's Plunder. We're excited to have you all back and dive into the story as our crew navigates the mysteries of this island after their shipwreck. But before we get started, let's take a moment to meet our incredible players again and the characters. So, starting with AJ.
Yeah,
you already know.
I'm here. You guys have seen me before. I'm also part of BladeBound Saga. I'm Professor Bulk on Discord and every other gaming platform, and I'm playing Grick, who is the Powder Monkey Clank Fungal Seraph. He's just a big boy who likes to blow things up. Well, he's actually not a big boy. He just has a big mech.
Yeah. Next we have Rachel. Introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I am on YouTube and Twitch and just everywhere as the Faint Divinities, a channel that is dedicated to Daggerheart specifically. And today I am playing Kora, who is a highborn Inferis bard, troubadour bard specifically. I might have some little songs, maybe. Who knows? It's going to be a good time. And that's me.
And then AK, what about you?
Hello, I'm AK of The Pocket Dimension, also on YouTube, Twitch, everywhere else at Enter the Pocket Dimension. We do a lot of actual plays, immersive audio dramas, neurospicy content, have a pretty cool community as well. And today I'm playing Delia. She is the sly-born Fibbit Vengeance Guardian, our tiny tank. Small but mighty.
And last and certainly not least, Seth, what are you bringing to the table?
Hello!
All the good things.
I am Seth. You can find me online at Seth of All Trades on YouTube, and where I explore the various things I like. I am going to be playing Chugsby today, alongside with my companion Shriek. I'm a Wanderborn Galapa Ranger, so I'm excited.
Yeah. So with that, should we start with a round of connection questions before we jump into the fray? With that, as always, let's roll to see who goes first. Let's roll our first duality of the night.
Ooh. We're back at it.
Duality.
Okay.
I only got an 8 with fear.
I got an 11 with fear.
Ooh, I hope this does not bode well, y'all.
Right. It's like I got a 16 with fear. Oh, God.
Oh,
Did we all
16.
roll with
Everyone
fear?
rolled with fear. Okay,
Maximum
that's
fear.
something for the session. Get him out of the way now, as I don't get point. I'm not getting fear off those rolls. But that does put Grick to start us off with connection questions.
Okay. For Delia,
That's me.
how did my overprotectiveness lead to a small mistake in battle, and how did we work to fix it afterwards?
Small mistake in battle, overprotectiveness. I think that for a very long time, the crew got very used to screaming in unison at Delia, "Don't touch that!" because she's usually getting into mischief she should not be. And I think that kind of transferred onto you. I think that in battle, perhaps you thought that you were taking a weapon of someone you thought that you had slain, that you had not. Maybe they were covered in something you shouldn't be touching, and so there was like a full party, "Don't touch that!" in battle. And so now the joke is that now we say that at you instead of at me, but also at me too.
Definitely
Don't
makes
touch
sense. Grick would go grab something in front
Yep.
of 12 people if he wanted it, so that's, makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep.
Or lots of
Great.
fire, explosive things. Don't touch it!
Big bang boom.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very loud how quickly everybody yelled together at you to not touch that. I will ask Kora, my bestie, how did we turn one of my defensive tactics into an amusing game during training? And for bonus points, who came out on top?
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
I would say that a defensive tactic. I follow-up question very briefly. Is it a defensive tactic for you to defend yourself or you to defend me?
Ooh, it's my defensive tactic. So we'll say something I was doing to defend myself that you turned to do an amusing antic.
Incredible. Okay, so as a tiny tank, you're quite small and everything. You have this tactic where you feint left and then immediately move right, usually behind something. But in your tactic, sometimes that something happened to be me or, one of the other party members. And so at this point, we've turned it into an amusing game of immediately just like grabbing you and throwing you over the shoulder. Ha ha! And you during that always scream, "Don't touch that!" like that being
That's
you,
hilarious.
the tiny tank. Don't touch that. Yeah, and in those cases, it is always me that comes out on top.
Yeah, that tracks.
That tracks. All right,
Lovely.
cool. So I'm going to say Chugsby.
Hello.
Oh, I love ridiculous ones. Okay, you ready? We have a friendly rivalry for about me shielding others in battle. So what friendly rivalry do we have about my tendency to shield others, and how does it come up during battle?
I think so because I think Shriek has, because he's a puffer goat, right? So Shriek has, whenever he puffs up, kind of bellows out this shriek, and I think typically it's kind of instinct when he puffs up, but sometimes I'll like nudge him to do it, and I think when you begin these songs of defense and whatnot, I think I'll try and get Shriek to puff up and then almost like play him like a bagpipe, like a little bit, like kind of squeeze him to like try and overtake the... Yeah.
Wow.
Ugh.
I was thinking like Taylor Swift Trouble, just like dueling. You went bagpipe, and I love that even more.
Bagpipe, yeah. I just kind of tuck him under my arm and squeeze him a few times. Lovingly.
And closing the round off, this was Chugsby to Grick then.
Okay. Grick. What was the most dangerous or life-changing moment we survived on the road? And how did it strengthen the bond between us?
Well, I think aside from what's going on right now, I actually think it came in the form of a shipwreck. I think our captain wasn't quite paying attention, maybe at one too many the night before, and we hit just a giant rock that you could see from a mile away, but for some reason we hit it. And I think it was actually because of Chugsby and Shriek, really, that we were able to keep the boat afloat. We ended up using Shriek like an airbag, essentially. So we were able to hold the bow of the boat up just enough to be repaired without it taking on water, taking on too much water. And
Love
so
it.
Shriek is like I just imagine him like just sweating and just veins popping out, but he's just full of air, holding this boat up. We were able to repair the boat, and so I guess really it's more of this is how Shriek saved all of us, not really us doing
Yeah.
anything. So
I love
Shriek
it.
is the real main character, guys. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Shriek is the star.
Yeah.
So
Let's be honest.
that closes out connection questions then. And with all of us back at the table, let's see where this session takes us. So without further ado, let's see and enter back into the Scapegoat's Plunder.
Welcome to BladeBound Saga, the Scapegoat Plunder. Shipwrecked on an island. Who are the survivors? Grick, the powder monkey. Chugsby, the lookout. Delia, the tiny tank. And Kora, the personality hire. Will they withstand the island's deadly secrets? Or become its next victim?
Last we left off, the crew of the Scapegoat found themselves adrift, swallowed by the sea of darkness. Waves were cold, the storm was hiding any hope of starlight. The vessel that you are on, showing its wear. But then you saw, through the fog, an island. Upon arriving, engaging in combat with what found out to be the Marrowshanks, forged a truce with them. And as night fell, the crew of the Marrowshanks shared stories, which reminded Kora of a haunting lullaby from her childhood. When suddenly an unnatural sleep came upon the Marrowshanks. A being inside, glowing eyes within the jungle. The crew chased after this misty, star-woven entity with this almost celestial grin that spoke in very odd, cryptic riddles, leaving you all questioning what reality you are currently in. And returning it with fire and casting the jungle ablaze, the illusion fell, revealing a man tattered in robes as well as a Marrowshank crewmate. As the flames flickered off, you asking more and more questions, but recognizing you need your rest. However, none of you, wake up with this kind of groggy blink. Grick, you find yourself in the middle of a breathless sprint, having fallen. Borg kind of runs up to you, grabbing you, and says, "Captain, Captain!"
I don't know where to... Captain?
You say that, trying to look and seek out and find a captain around you don't see, but Borg just grabs a hold of you. He's like, "We have to get out of here before it gets to us." And Borg just starts running. You hear the sounds of this kind of like large footprints just stepping off to the south of you.
Okay.
The land here is familiar. This is the jungle that you were in yesterday, but you, at this point, are kind of unsure of how you got here and why you're here. You then kind of hear this large scream as cracking a tree off behind you. You turn and see this kind of large Tyrannosaurus Rex-size creature. Its exoskeleton kind of glistening with a black sheen, and it's covered in spines. Its mandibles kind of crack and bite into a tree, and throwing it off to the side. What are you doing?
Grick will turn back, look at this giant thing, say, "Oh shit!" and just take off after.
Yeah, make an
Borg.
agility roll for me.
Oh, okay. First roll.
No fear, no fear, no fear.
No fear. That is a 14 with fear.
14 with fear. With that fear, I'm going to grab that, take it, and pocket it, and use it immediately. I'm going to drop a countdown for you. Grick, you're currently set at a 5-action countdown to get away from this thing.
Okay.
As you begin running, you find yourself kind of like hopping over. Your mech kind of malfunctions for a second, almost like you were just sleeping on it. It has this kind of like this moment where it's like having trouble kind of getting itself off of a branch. You pull it off as this thing kind of takes steps closer and closer to it. I need you to make a knowledge reaction roll for me, though.
Oh god.
Boy.
Hey, these are my two best stats, guys. -1s. Love it. Oh gosh. 11 with hope.
Okay, it's
Wait,
a
it's
reaction roll, so nothing
yeah,
really
okay,
happens
yeah.
from that. But an 11, something feels a little off, but you still, this thing is right behind you, pursuing you head on. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to get ahead just enough to where I can turn around, and I'm gonna just look up at it and say, "Hey, knock it off!" And I'm gonna make a intimidation check.
Sure,
Or a
presence roll for me.
presence roll.
Any
I'm
experiences
gonna-
you need to add to this?
Yes, I'm going to use bold presence, which lets me use a hope to add my strength to it. I'm also going to use an experience called Scary Face. So it's going to give me a +7. 23 math?
23 with
Hope.
hope. So gonna have that hope. As you do so, describe to me what you do and what you say and why this thing is now mildly intimidated by you.
So as I turn and yell at it, you're gonna see 2 mini barrel kegs, and they're gonna shoot up and basically try to almost like flashbang right in his face and try to disorient and throw him off course.
As you do so, you hear the scattering of these explosive barrels as the creature kind of takes a step back, unsure of what has just happened. It looks disoriented at the moment. What do you wish to do?
So I'm in a jungle. Am I in the middle of a jungle? Do I see, is it just trees all around?
Yeah, go ahead and make for me an instinct roll.
Okay. Golly, okay. That is a 14 with hope.
14 with hope. Looking around at the current moment, you look, the only thing that you see ahead of you, you're not too familiar with the foliage. You know that from behind you there's a creature, but at least ahead of you, you do see Borg just out of far range, so fairly far away as he has just been booking it while you have been taking care of it. That being said, I do need you to make another knowledge reaction roll for me.
Goodness.
Okay, that is... Last one, I still can't read. 13, 12.
Something still feels off. You can't quite put your finger on it. You don't know why you're here, but this doesn't feel like Borg's reacting normal. That being said, with your success from before, you do gain, your countdown goes up to 1. You have to beat it to 5 before it beats you to 0. Its countdown has now dropped to 4. That being said, Chugsby.
Yes.
We then turn over to you. Chugsby, Grick kind of just like bumps up against your head.
Oh, hey, buddy. How you doing?
And just kind of points forward. You currently are in a damp cave. It's echoing, and you've been here, now that you think about it, you don't know how long you've been here. But you feel like you've made it. Make me a knowledge roll.
Gladly. That is a critical. 3. Ooh. 2 3s.
Yeah, baby.
With a critical, you remember that this is exactly what you're looking for. You remember hearing last night from the Marrowshanks of a cave, but they've never been able to figure out how to get past its riddles, its tapestry puzzle of mystic, arcane sigils that kind of line. You're able to interact with the sigils, they said, but they were not able to figure out. Every time they failed, there was just a presence that kept looming at their minds. You remember leaving this morning with the rest of your crew, though at the moment they're not there. And it's at this point Shriek makes his way across a corner, and then once again in that puffer goat kind of just goes blah, as you look and you see the tapestry that they must be talking about. In front of you, you see 4 empty carvings. In the center of the room, there's a pedestal that has 4 icons on it. Looking up, you walk, you see a sun, a moon, a seed, and some sort of beast of some kind.
Excellent. I smell them.
That's just Shriek.
Your dank scent is overwhelming my senses right now, friend.
You see Shriek at the moment just kind of curl over, finds one of the puddles in this cave, just kind of starts rolling over it a little bit.
Yeah, that feels right. You said there were 4 tapestries?
There's 4 like empty tapestries, like completely blank face.
Interesting.
You see seed, sun, moon, and beast. Okay. And then you see one thing at the very top above as you now begin reading, as it says, from dusk to bloom.
From dusk to bloom. Well. I pull try and look behind one of the tapestries.
It's the tapestry itself. Well, let me specify. It's a stone tapestry, so it's etched onto the walls.
Okay, from dusk to bloom. Can I pick up these little
the things on the pedestal?
Yeah.
They are, as you pick them up, you can pick them up and you walk or what are you doing with them?
I want to pick up the moon.
Okay, you pick up the moon. The moon begins to light and almost like have that same astral projection from before, from the lady or the man that you met yesterday or last night. Who knows how long at this point?
Does it smell different now?
It smells like stone, but it just has this kind of like
Okay.
arcane spree on it.
I'm gonna walk up to the first stone tapestry.
Sure. As you do so with this moon, you walk near it, kind of lifting the moon towards it, and the stone begins to shift, forming in the sky a full moon.
Is the moon in my hand still there?
Still there.
Can I like place it against the stone?
Doesn't change anything.
Okay.
Just by standing in front of the first tapestry, the moon changes.
Excellent. I will go back.
Yeah, you do so. It's maintained and stays there.
Okay. From dusk to bloom. So, I'm gonna grab this seed.
You grab the seed. The moon and the seed, they both light up in your hands.
I approach the second
Okay.
tapestry.
As you approach the second, the moon lights up. The moon lights up similarly to before. Same full moon, though it is waning a little bit. And then the seed, it's almost as if the ground shifts and a seed becomes planted in the ground.
Excellent. Shriek.
Shriek kind of splashes and turns and looks at you.
Tell me, friend. Well, never mind. You can't talk, so scratch that. All right.
Shriek just irks his head sideways a little.
I'm just gonna go grab the other two.
Yeah. Are you grabbing all of them?
Yeah.
Okay. As you do so, all of the tapestry is empty, flat-faced.
Oh, yes. Seems I've done it again. And by that, my friend, I mean failed.
With that being said, Delia, Kora, as you're in the forest, you're currently, at the moment, you spot what looks to be this kind of almost large gorilla-like creature. On its head looks to be like horns that crescendo into the sky. And it looks at you, nearly firing a beam of energy towards your face. I need you both to make an agility reaction roll for me. As I spend a fear doing that.
I roll with hope is the good news. You said agility?
Yeah.
14 with...
Oh my god.
Or it's a reaction.
Yeah.
14.
This is a maximum critical, double 12s.
Oh, okay. So, as you do so, Kora,
Fast
you
as fuck,
kind of
boy.
describe to me how you save Delia from this energy beam.
I said, don't touch that! And I throw us both.
You do so,
dive out.
tossing you off to the side. It just kind of cascades. You hear that kind of wow, 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 wow sound. With that being said, the turn now flips over to you both. We are in a encounter at the moment. What do you wish to do between the two of you?
You can touch it now. Can I rally you to start?
Yeah,
Sure.
let's say I'm ready
As
to
you do
start
so,
bashing.
yeah.
Okay. If you really want to, you can touch it. And I'm going to rally you. So once per session, again, when you go into it, you get a d6 to add to basically anything that you have now. There you go. That's yours.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I
feeling
say,
this.
I've got your
bolster.
back, and I'm pulling out my fiddle.
I'm going to make this my deadly focus.
Okay. You do so. Following at this, you have its precise aim. It looks to start at the moment currently be recharging. What do you want to do?
I'm going to run up and try and bash it with Mama, with my battle
Yeah.
axe. Okay, so we're back to fear, baby. May I spend a hope to add my experience all the small things?
Explain to me how.
Yeah, because it's a big gorilla horny boy.
Yeah, big horns on its head. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant. And I, as a little adorable fidget, will just kind of out of nowhere just come crashing in with my battle axe.
I'll allow it. Yeah.
And so that's going to be 19 with fear.
I'll take the fear. So a 19 with fear. As you hit, go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay, so I added +1 proficiency. What does that mean as far as my damage roll goes? My normal damage roll is 2d10 plus 6.
So it'd be 3d10.
3d10,
That's what I
yeah.
thought. Okay, just wanted to double check that before I started rolling extras. Ooh, we doing good. Okay, so that's 12 plus 6 is 18 plus another 6 is 24.
24 points of damage. That is going to be, it's just beats it severe. Because that's going to be 3 points of damage towards this thing. This the creature takes a moment to reposition before firing what looks to be like this kind of psionic wave, and is going to attempt to push you back. Delia, I'm going to make an attack roll towards you as I spend a fear to break that. That is going to be a natural 20. With that being said, that is be a total of 23 points of physical damage back as it shoves you out of the way.
That's just over my severe, so I'm going to spend an armor slot to drop that down to major damage. So I will take those 2 hit points.
I need the two of you to make knowledge reaction rolls for me.
Okay. You're really amping up the knowledge today, huh? 18.
18?
A 12. 12.
That's all.
Last time it was 2 12s, this time it's just 12.
Having a little bit of a hard time, Kora, trying to piece together what's going on, but something still feels a little off. Something unsettling about just where you're at. You also don't know how you got into this fight. Delia, though, you do begin to remember that on the way here, there was something looking at you from afar. Entering into the jungle, kind of looking for something, but you don't remember where you were headed. You also notice that at the moment, Grick and Chugsby are no longer with you. But you enter there together.
Be nice if our friends were here. Do you want to go again? Or do you want me to go again? I mean, sorry. I'm flummoxed.
I'm good. So wait, I need to. So just so that I understand and I'm wrapping my head around this, I can't remember that our friends are missing. Is that what that kind of was?
You're still trying to piece together where you're at. You just know that at the moment there's a creature that you're chasing, and you need to be chasing that creature, but you're not really sure why. But it is a threat, as it just fired a laser at you.
Okay. It fired a laser at me. I would like to.
Horny laser great gorilla.
A laser. I would like to. I have my fiddle out, and I'm getting a little bit confused at this point. Like there's something, and I'm looking at Delia, and I just like strike up a kind of a shitty song at this point. It's just. Ran all this way, hard to explain, direct from a barrio. Delia's my friend, you meet your end. If you don't want to run away, bro. And I'm going to levitate him.
Yeah.
Can
As
I
you do so,
cast?
go ahead and make the spell casting.
All right, so first the spell cast roll plus my 3. Yeah. Okay. Now it is a 16 to me. 19 with hope. 19 with
19
hope.
with hope is going to succeed. As you do so, describe to me what this looks like as you cast levitating.
Okay, incredible. So on that last little, if you don't run away, bro, I'm gonna swipe it out, and I can flourish. It's Daggerheart. I can flourish. So as my bow kind of comes down, it's going to create a line of earth underneath him directly up, and then it's going to push him up into the air before flattening straight back down, and he's just in the air now, slowing as he's rising up. Yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
Lifted into the air. Any damage with that, or just lift it?
So now that I do that, no, I mean, like, he's just levitated, but now I can move him within close range of where it is. And, I mean, it doesn't say how fast. At your discretion, can I just throw him into a tree nearby? Do you know what I mean? Like, move him? Okay,
Go for
great.
it. Yeah, go ahead and
it says
go ahead.
no amount of
make
damage.
a spell cast roll. Make a spell cast roll for that.
Okay, great. Okay, love it. Yeah, fantastic. Oh my god! It's 2 1s! It's a critical on 2 1s!
Wait, have you
Okay.
got both two
Dude, what
12s
is
and
that?
2
Both
1s?
2
Yeah,
12s
I
and
got
2
2
1s.
12s and 2
It's
1s.
fine. So, as you do so, go ahead and
Clear
use another
stress,
hope.
gain
Clear
a hope.
stress.
Yeah.
Describe to me you throw this thing through a tree. Describe to me what it
Okay,
looks like.
just through a tree.
Yeah.
So as he begins to slow, I'm just going to kind of dip my violin at it, like, oh, do you know how Johnny Cash does, with it pointed like a gun, and I'm gonna, like it's a gun, and it's just gonna through the tree, anime style.
Launched into the air, firing. It just gets sent across the space. Go ahead and roll me 2d10 plus 20
Okay.
20?
for the critical.
All right,
Love
listen.
it.
2d10. Do I even have?
By the way, I didn't
oh,
do enough damage. I didn't add all of my things in, but that's okay.
Oh, 9.
It's still severe. I don't think unless it would have
Yeah.
doubled its severe threshold.
It wouldn't
I think you're
yeah.
good.
So it was 12 on the dice plus 20 would be 33 points of damage.
33 points of damage, severe damage once more to this individual. As it gets sent across, just kind of scattering. Delia, you see this individual kind of slam into the tree collapsing on the other side of it.
How far away is it now?
Just close range of you still.
Okay. I'm looking over at Kora. Attacker, hide, attacker, attack, of course! And I'm going to fly over to it and take another swing with the battle axe.
Yeah, as you fly over to it, go ahead and make an intelligence reaction roll before you strike.
Knowledge?
Knowledge, yes. Sorry.
That is going to be a 15.
As you do so, running up to this individual,
Flying.
currently tattered, flying up to the individual. Grick, go ahead and mark 6 hit points off for me.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't like that.
You see Grick on the floor where that creature just was. Grick, to you, just a moment ago, you just saw the creature catch up to you, grabbing it by its mandibles, and tossing you across the space. At the current moment, Grick, standing in front of you, you see the mouth of the creature looking to take a bite out of you. Kora, you see Delia pause for a moment. Grick, what do you do?
Okay, hold on. Sorry.
It's still
I
the
see-
creature in your eyes.
I
do
see
not see
the
you.
giant T-Rex creature thing is still.
You see this kind of insectoid, like T-Rex side insectoid,
And he chomped on me.
with its maw
Yeah, okay.
Mama.
looking right at you.
Delia, what are you doing? Kill it!
I will, I'm going to use Sparing Touch myself. God, that fucking hurt. So, I'm going to clear 2 hit points.
No, you do so. Delia, at this point, you fully recognize this as Grit kind of putting salt on the wounds that you and Kora just dealt to him. Kora, you run up, kind of trying to figure out what's going on with Delia. You still see this thing as the creature.
It's Grick! It's Grick!
Delia, have you forgotten what Grick looks like? This is not Grick. This is a bad guy. I'm gonna shoot it again.
I'm going to throw, if you shoot at it, I'm going to throw myself in front of the
Yeah.
beam.
Oh my
You
god.
do so.
Yeah.
As you
Yeah.
fire at it, Delia kind of jumps in front of the beam. Grick, you see the creature almost kind of just like uncharacteristically just kind of like nudge itself and move its hand and its heads in tandem. Grick, what are you doing?
Okay. Where is Borg at this point?
You don't know. You
Don't
just
see
took a
him.
giant hit.
Yeah,
Right now, it's only it's like that similar sensation to a car crash where all you hear is almost like ringing, but then the threat in front of you still.
I'm gonna use a Goad Them On and be like, you couldn't even kill me with your giant mandibles. You suck. And I need to make a presence roll.
Yeah, go for it.
As I see you not recognizing either of us and going to draw your weapon, I'm going to call out, "Don't touch that!" Just to see.
I imagine I just hear this thing just shriek in my face, and I'm just like, no. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a 24 with hope.
With that being
so that it takes a stress and has disadvantage against me.
It's
And I'm
it's
going to
almost
haul
like
ass.
calling out to you, Kora. it's asking you to finish it almost. As it's
Do I get
your
to make a
focus
check? Do I
moves
get to make
towards
a
you.
knowledge check?
Yeah. With that being said, Kora, make a knowledge check for me. Make it a reaction roll, as you're not really sure still what's going on.
Okay, cool.
Cough.
Dope. I'm like, can I add personality higher to this? Oh, very good though. 10 on my fear, 12 on my hope, 22 total.
22 total. You've seen this before, and it acts more civil.
Okay.
It's real, and it doesn't feel like a monster at the moment.
Could I, with that, cast reveal to see if there's anything hidden within close range that the roll would succeed against? I don't know if this would, you know?
Yeah. Go ahead and make. Is it a spellcast roll? Is it a?
Yeah, it's a spellcast roll.
Yeah,
It
go ahead and make
doesn't
it.
like list a difficulty, so it's just yours to determine.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage on this roll.
Are you willing to let me jump in front of the beam still? Whatever Kora's firing off.
Did it go off, or was the
This is just reveal. This
Yeah,
is
this is
like
the reveal.
I think you did dive in front of a beam, but I think
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
It would have been like just like this, like you fired something, and just before it was about
Okay.
to like you kind of send it off the other way.
Cool.
Deflection.
so advantage. So I'm gonna add a d6 to my roll. That's 3. Okay, well, listen, not great.
It's not
12.
2 twos.
12 with hope. But it's like a 3 and a 1, you know? So 12 with hope.
You look, and it doesn't feel like this creature's threatening you at the moment.
Okay.
You do see what looks to be just like a star above its head, though. A single star.
Okay. Delia, what did you Grick?
It's Grick!
And I'm like doing everything I can to like get your attention.
Make a
get
presence
your-
roll for me, Delia.
Okay. Ooh, okay. That's going to be an 11 on the hope and a 1 on the fear, 12, 13 with hope.
Grick, for some reason, this creature stopped attacking you. It's shouting.
Okay.
Can I jump out of my mech and kind of leave it standing
You
as
see that? Yo, Kora, you see the head of the gorilla goat pop off its head.
and I'm gonna bury myself underground to hide. Just stop looking at me. This is my only chance. I must just start burrowing in.
Yeah, you do so. As you begin kind of burrowing into it, this does not make any sense anymore at this point, Kora. Delia, as you begin kind of convincing Kora with that, Kora taking a slap to your face, you kind of like take Delia.
Snap out of it, Kora!
What do you do as Grick is now digging deep? Kora, it still looks odd, but you must believe your friend.
I've slapped myself. My eyes light up a little bit. My hair flares around me, and I'm going to try to push my voice beyond whatever is happening and say, Grick, if that's you, I need to know now.
I have
Presence
a
check.
thought for while
presence.
you do that.
Okay, great. Yeah, because I'm blank, you know?
Make a presence. Delia, what's going on?
Delia has a hat. Delia loves to leave a calling card, right? She's this kind of like mischievous little imp. So she takes things and she like tends to toss them out in battle, like as our group calling card. So she's got like hanging off of her belt a little satchel with a bunch of keys in it that she's just collected over the years. And she's going to just take a handful of keys and throw them at Grick as he dives to hide, hoping that like since her voice doesn't seem to be getting through, that maybe some kind of physical token.
Yeah. If you
We'll
want to mark a
capture
hope, I'll
attention.
give advantage to Kora.
I'll mark a hope for that for sure.
So Kora, go
Okay.
ahead. What did you roll?
And can I also, I haven't rolled yet,
Yeah.
can I also spend a hope to add personality higher into this? I feel like it works for this.
well,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Okay, great. Okay, cool. So that's going to be plus
Pilot on.
Oh, quite good, quite good. Okay, so that is going to be a 31 with hope.
Holy.
Grick,
Got a lot of additions there.
you hear coming through the voice of this insectoid, Kora, as well as
Oh,
seeing
I have the insect. Okay.
trinket.
Cool.
drop before you.
Rick, it's me, Kora.
You hear exactly that.
That is nightmare fuel. Okay. You'll see his mushroom cap kind of pop out of the ground. Look up. Is it looking like it's attacking me still?
No, you heard your ally's voice. At this point, I'd say you're starting to get these hunches.
Okay.
Describe
Just
to me
gonna-
describe to me what's going through Grick's mind and how he realizes that it is actually Kora and Delia.
Well, I think once he pops out of the ground, he'll kind of see the keys. He'll actually see one of the keys that Grick gave to Delia, which is actually just a couple chicken bones that were tied together. And so,
It unlocks our hearts.
yeah. And so I picked that up. It's like, this is Delia's. That's Kora?
We'll start to dance.
What? Well, why did you bite me, Kora, you son of a bitch?
It was
As-
weird, I don't know.
As you begin saying this, the mirages on both sides, Kora and Grick, begin to fully fade as you see each other.
I told you.
You're so smart, I'll never doubt you again. I kiss you.
The two of you also seeing Grick dripping, his mech damaged.
Oh shit, I'm
really
sorry.
sorry.
You were really scary a moment before.
Sorry.
Big
You were
horse,
scary a
big
moment
horse.
before.
Well, I'm always a little scary, you know. Where's Chugsby?
You were a big horny gorilla thing.
It was gross.
Chugsby,
Yes.
you find yourself at this point kind of with the individual tapestries that have been blank, and you walking back and forth between different symbols, bringing the sun and the moon, okay, that does that, bringing the moon and the seed, okay, that does that, you go in and
figured
bringing
it out this
the
time,
beast.
Shriek.
Okay, every time you walk, you can only have 3 at a time.
Yeah. One in my mouth, one in each hand.
Every time you touch and walk towards one of the tapestries, it changes based off of what you have in your hand. But the moment you pick up all 4, all tapestries clear off.
Well,
It's the reset.
all right. I'm gonna set them all back on the pedestal.
Yeah. As you do that, they all reset too.
Okay. Shriek, I think I need backup. I'm gonna walk to the mouth of the cave. I'm gonna pick up Shriek on the way.
Yeah, you do
Walk
so.
to the mouth of the cave. This is a cave we were looking for. I know that
Yeah.
we were attempting to come here. And I'm gonna say, Shriek, do me a favor, bud. I want you to inflate. And I know you deflate a little slowly. Once you're fully deflated, go ahead and give me one of those big, happy shrieks, all right, bud? Because I need to find my way back here, and something tells me it might be difficult. And I'm gonna leave Shriek at the front of the cave, and I just want to go look for my crewmates.
Chugsby said, fuck this puzzle.
I will solve it by walking away. I don't give
I have
a
a better idea. I'm going this way.
Yeah, make it
No, DM. You plan this.
Make
but
an
fuck
instinct
you.
roll for me, Chugsby.
This is. I'll give you a bit of Chugsy's motivation here. He's tried so many like alternative methods and stuff, and he's like, okay, I can't hold all 4 of these at one time. Maybe I need 4 people.
Describe to me the story of Chugsby and this most frustrated moment.
Okay, so I think Chugsby's head is not in the best place. Chugsby has spent a lot of his life just dreaming about being a crew member on the Scapegoat. With this dream of his childhood, kind of interacting with Daragos as in his youth, going through this weird sort of time shift where he's now older than Daragos, but having just kind of worked under Daragos just for a few years at this point, and kind of seeing the wreck this old god, this old one that just wrecked their vessel. He's in like a very low place mentally. That dredges up distant memories as well from his youth. And so I think he doesn't really believe in himself at this point, that like he's like, yeah, of course I can't figure this out because he's just in a dark place. So he's like, all right, I know what to do in times like this. I need my friends, and I'm gonna go look for them.
Go ahead and make an instinct roll for me.
All right.
Find your helpers.
Yep. I'm gonna use a hope
Yeah.
to use Clear Eyes, Crow's Nest, Can't Lose to try and find like a high point to vantage point to kind of look
Yeah.
at and see if I can
Go for it.
find these fools. Okay. It's 15 on the dice with hope. Instinct makes it a 19 with the experience.
19.
All right.
You look around, kind of perching up to one of the crow's nests. You do spot a section of the forest about southwest of you that looks to be cleared. Like you see trees, and then you specifically just see like birds that have just flown off from a space.
Okay.
Might not be your friends, but might be something.
Could be something. Does it look within like shouting distance? Or would I need to move to get
Make
closer?
a presence roll for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't touch that! It feels like
I
it
guess
doesn't
that'll
really
be our
fit the
collective
situation.
next experiences.
Right. Grick's
okay.
hair just rises on the back of his neck. It's like someone's trying to call me.
Presence, that's a 14 with fear.
14. It's fairly loud, but it's as loud as you can. But Chugsby's not necessarily the loudest person. But as you scream
worth a
out
try.
into the space, you know that there's an area that you can begin to walk towards.
Yeah.
But at the moment, not really a whole lot you can do.
Yeah.
Might have gone a little bit, but not past any. It's longer than the ship's length, which
Yeah.
is your normal screaming range.
I'm gonna just boom, flea jump out of the tree and just kind of spin down in my shell and just sort of move through the foliage in
We
that
look
direction.
at we spin over back to Shriek, who's just there, puffed up as big as he can. As we then spin back over to Kora, Delia, and Grick.
I don't know where Chugsby is. I feel like I just said this and then something in the universe went away for a second. But where's Chugsby? Who last saw him?
I don't even remember how I got here.
I
What are we
pinch
doing
myself.
out here?
And then I pinch Kora for good measure.
Ow! I don't like that.
But did you felt that?
I don't know. GM, did I feel that?
felt that.
Okay. Yes. It was horrible. It was horrible. I didn't like it.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to pinch her back.
Oh, you've been
felt that?
practicing.
Working on that finger
I
string.
pinch myself because I don't want to be left out.
All right. Clear heads, clear minds. What does he say? It's eyes.
Crow's nest. Clear
Crow's
your eyes.
eyes.
Crow's nest. Can't lose.
Crow's nest. Let's get up tall.
Oh, good idea. And I'll immediately
You fly.
Yeah.
I can do that, you know.
As you begin flying up, looking up into the space, go ahead and make an instinct roll for me. The two of you, Grick and Kora, what are you doing as Delia begins kind of just scanning?
Can I? Oh,
Critical.
11.
I don't have to do anything.
11s.
I am just kind of being a little awkward about how hard I hit Grick. I feel bad, but I don't like to apologize. So
Yeah, Grick's going to just very damaged, very hurt, very weakly climb back into his mech, and then lay the whole thing down on its back. And I'm gonna shoot a bolt beacon straight up in the air. Can I use that as like a flare, maybe?
Sure. As you fire the bolt beacon into the air, Delia, you kind of notice, and just before the kind of explosion behind you, you do see one tree that just is swinging off in the distance.
But I don't see Chugsby in the tree.
Northeast. No. You don't see Chugsby right at the moment, but you do see a tree swinging back and forth.
I see movement. Do you want me to fly over there and you stay here so that way we're
Yeah.
not all lost in the forest together?
Delia, the bolt beacon fires right next, like within close range of you. Chugsby, you heard that.
I know that sound.
You know that sound.
I'm headed towards
Stay
it.
Here, and I'm going to go flying in that direction just to see.
as you
Is
both
Grick
begin kind
still
of flying
hurt?
across.
Oh yeah.
Grick is still hurt for sure.
Could I just as she begins to fly out, I'm gonna toss my hair and just put my hand on your shoulder and say, I'm sorry that you felt hurt by what happened earlier. Not a real apology, but I'm gonna use inspirational words to let you heal 2 hit points, and I'm gonna mark 2 of mine down.
Wow.
Did you just gaslight me into healing?
No, I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry if you felt bad.
That happened. And by that, I mean
I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry that the world wasn't made for people like me,
It's the G tried to put the Wonder Twins together in the dreamscape. Double damage. Double D's up in here.
But Delia, you begin flying as fast as you can. Chugsby, as quick as you're able to move your legs, you begin running towards the sound of that explosion. Delia, as you're flying, you do get a sense of something just walked right underneath you, but you look around and there's a moment where you duck under. Describe to me what Chugsby looks like, as he does not look like Chugsby.
Chugsby doesn't look like Chug. What I see under me is a very, those millipede things with a bunch of legs, but not an insect, some kind of mammal situation. Ooh. With lots and lots of legs.
Ew, that's really gross.
It's
Chugsby, describe to me what you see as you look over at this creature that just has flown down from the sky, and he is currently buzzing behind you, or flapping its wings.
This creature, as it flies down, looks like a pig's head. Just looks like but a really fluffy pig's head.
Just a pig's head with wings.
With kind of wings coming out of the eyeballs.
Oh God!
And these 2 kind of large tusks coming out of the mouth.
You see this as the 2 of you look at each other, seeing at this point adversaries at the moment.
What? I just try and dip. I'm get me away from this thing.
This thing just continues running. Delia, what do you do? Are you continuing towards that swinging branch, or what are you doing?
And I'll happily roll for this, but would I knowing that Grick was not what Grick seemed? Would I have any inclination that maybe this is my friend?
I'll give me a knowledge check with advantage.
Okay. Oopsie, he went way under there. Okay. So, nicely done, self.
Actually?
21, and then let me add the,
nicely done, self, yes.
22, 23.
Yes. 23 with?
23 with hope.
With hope. Okay, you guys are swinging on hope this time. Delia, if this isn't Chugsby, this is at least Borg. It's one of the 2.
And I grab the satchel off my hip and just shake every single key that I have.
Chugsby, run! This thing looks like it's about to charge towards you. Make an agility roll for me as you begin to go full on sprint.
Yeah. I'm good at those.
It worked the first time.
Okay, well, not great in this sense. 10 with hope.
10 with hope. Okay, you kind of begin running as fast as you can. Delia, Chugsby is running away from you at this point. Trying to catch up, making some sort of way to distinguish yourself as yourself. Or what are you doing outside of shaking those keys as he's just running at this point?
I have a question.
Sure.
So, again, recognizing the situation for what it was, that I was the first one to recognize Grick for who he is. Does anything come to mind about what shook me out of that stupor? Can I piece that together here in this frenzy, or is just too much going on, which is probably the case?
It's one of those things where you're trying to remember what just happened, and it's at the tip of your tongue kind of feeling, and you just, remember it. There's nothing that magically, changed. It's just something that you just recognized.
I think that there's a song that Kora often hums as kind of our, getting ready for bed Cozy Pants O'Clock song. And so I'm gonna try and do 2 things to just give comfort, right? I've already shaken the keys down, and that came across as an act of aggression. But sharing food and sharing song are the 2 ways. So I will begin to hum the Cozy Pants O'Clock song, and I will pull a snack out and as gently as I can. I'm not trying to fly after where he's going, but like kind of like circumnavigate and get in front so I can like gently place a little bran muffin.
Yeah. You eventually are able to
offering.
catch up to Chugsby, but make me a presence roll.
I don't think I have any. Okay, weird. 12 on fear, but 11 on hope. For 24 with fear.
24 with fear. Delia, kind of getting up this close at this point, singing the song. Chugsby, there's something familiar about it, but it's almost feels like, at least to you, like something's still playing on your mind. But Delia, at this point, you do recognize that it is Chugsby. Getting this up close, you see kind of a hump on the back that must be his or Chugsby's shell.
Back, beast!
What do I hear?
As you do so, recognizing that it's Chugsby, you can hear the back beast behind the little bits of gargling mess.
Yeah. Delia's all like,
You can eat a snack, just gobble it up. It is so tasty, it is not full of poison. You can have the snack because it's snack time.
just seeing if.
I think Chugsby is going to use Marcus Stress to use deft maneuvers.
Yeah.
And move within far range without making an agility roll to get there, and is just heading towards that.
It's
sound
very,
of
it's
the-
very
of the blast.
Bugs Bunny.
Get me out of
You
here.
move, and then the shell follows afterwards. As you kind of slip out of the way. As you do so, Kora, Grick, you begin kind of like hearing a scuffle, kind of walking towards. And Kora, you can hear the song Delia singing, as you bump into
Not good at it like you are, though.
some sort of
I'm sure you did.
multi-handed abomination.
Oh, holy fuck! What the fuck is that?
It's Chugsby! It's Chugsby!
I don't like this.
Chugsby, you
doing
see
that.
2 more heads. One much larger with a full body of the pig,
I don't like this place.
but you at this point are getting pinned. 2 in front of you as you are in the direction you were running, and 1 behind you that is just humming.
Thing that is definitely Chugsby. Listen here, I'm done with this bullshit, and I would like to make a check with privilege, if I can, to leverage my reputation to get what I want. I'm like, I've had a very trying day. I almost apologized. That's really hard for me.
It's very rough for you, yeah.
Go ahead and make a presence check.
Can I give?
Yeah,
Can I help?
sure. What do you do?
I'm just gonna go. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Personality hire is back on, babies. All right, here we go. Oh, yes. Okay. 28 with hope.
Okay. At this point, Chugsby, the individuals are walking, and they aren't striking you. Though you are surrounded, they just stand there looking at you, and even having conversation with each other in this foreign language. And at this point, something does pop in your head of why you went out of the cave to begin with. You're looking for your friends.
What if we danced? What if we did like a synchronized dance right now?
I'm done dancing it, but it's like my sassy body language that you can see. I'm like tossing my hair and like did like a lot of this as like a creepy bug creature, just like.
I think Chugsby actually is gonna start dancing, and just go, da-na-na-na, da-na, da-na, don't touch that, da-na-na-na,
Delia starts doing like a can to this. Try to
Don't
get
touch
flying
that.
away with Grick.
I feel like almost like maybe not a nightly routine, but not uncommon thing for us to just start singing randomly and like sway into.
No, that's fair.
We cut for a moment up to the universe that is just like sighing, as we then cut back to you all, and in the exact moment, there's almost like a fractured like mirror effect above your guys' heads, and it just separates as you now see the party as it was. It's at this point you remember.
Whoa! What's happening?
My party get.
What happened to
so
you?
drunk, make
I
me
say to
feel
Grick.
like I'm drunk.
Wait,
I got
Chugs.
beat up by something. I don't know anymore what happened.
Oh,
It's
you're
too
back.
much.
Oh,
Hello?
yeah. That was a terrible thing that happened to him. It was a really hard day for all of us. I think we can all agree.
I've had a hard time as well. Yes.
What did you have to fight?
Well, my feelings, I guess.
Oh God, that's the worst of all of them.
Kora almost
Sense of
apologized.
self-doubt,
It's not
you
your
know.
feelings. I got rid of all of my keys, and now I have to start the collection.
I almost
Is that what
died.
just fell on me?
Oh, right, you did. Sorry,
That's so
again.
close.
I'm really sorry that it felt hard for you to deal with being hurt by me when I'm so strong and I inspire him one more hit point he can have.
Kora, we
Actually, pretty good now. I feel okay. Just a
I'm
few
sorry
scratches.
for hurting you. You're gonna get that
I'm sorry that
for hurt.
Chugsby, where is?
Shriek?
We cut to Shriek.
Wait.
Shriek's just hit there, holding his breath as much as he can, and it's at the point where it's like, I can't hold it anymore, and just lets out the loudest shriek, and it begins to echo into the forest.
That way. We need to go that way now. I don't know why, but we were supposed to be somewhere, and Shriek was going to steer us the right way.
Shriek was going to steer.
Well, with their screams, yes.
I would follow Shriek into the depths of hell.
Oh,
Same.
after
you-
you.
As you all begin walking towards the sound of Shriek. Grick, describe to me who you spoke with that told you about the source of this island's mystery. One of the Marrowshank. Describe to me what he
Yeah.
looked like. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was he's a little bit smaller, maybe halfling, maybe like half halfling, half human somewhere. It's not quite short enough to be a halfling, but not, somewhere weird in the, it's like
three-quarter
four.
lane.
He's like 4'11".
Body
I don't really
proportions
know.
don't
Doesn't matter.
don't make
But
sense.
anyways, he's part of the Shanks. He's actually the one who was picking herbs for the dinner that we made the night before for everyone. And he was the one telling us that basically that this jungle is cursed, that people lose their minds when they pass the tree line. Basically, just everything starts crazy going happen. And Grick was kind of half listening, said something about going towards the tree line, and maybe something. People lose stuff in the trees. I don't know. I think that's about what I understood, but yeah.
And as you all begin kind of continuing walking, Chugsby, it now comes to mind one of the rumors you heard about what is within this cave, as it just clicks.
Yes.
Describe to me this rumor.
Someone was telling me that there's likely a large pool of peanut butter within this cave. I think that was a joke. And, yes. Yeah, I feel like they were joking about the peanut butter part, but some sort of pool. Some sort of pool.
Who told you this, Chugsby? I demand to know.
It was one of the Marrowshanks, Blurble, I think was their name.
Oh, Blurble. Blurble. That guy.
Yeah. No, it was actually a pool of whispers.
Worse.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I don't know
the
how
peanut
that
butter?
how that manifests.
I didn't know whispers
Are the
could
whispers
swim.
tangible, or do they smell like peanut butter, or what's the deal with the peanut butter? But
I really want some peanut butter now.
I don't know. I think I will be disappointed if we do find a way in there and there's no sign of peanut butter.
And Kora, especially after last night, having conversation with the Marrowshank, you had to have conversations about what they've seen. Describe to me something that they've seen within the forest to watch out for.
They have seen in the forest. I would say that they have all seen visions of themselves and something about themselves when they see them there's like a knowing look that's exchanged that almost feels like it could be the moment before they die and then they turn and walk into the woods. Like there's a knowing look.
And Delia, something that you've been keeping to yourself.
About
What's something that you don't want to share with the rest of the party because you just hope that it's not true?
like from my past or that we've
From
experienced?
within the forest.
I think that Pool of Whispers is now what's stuck in my head. And so I think we're going to go with that is like,
There is no peanut butter.
there is no peanut butter in the woods. That they're like, it's kind of like Appalachia. If you think you hear your name, no, you didn't. So you hear like these whispers, but when you try and like zoom in on like what the whispers are, you can't hear it. But when you're not paying attention, you begin to like be seeded with these very like fearsome things. Probably some of your greatest fears, like foreboding of someone close to you being dead, or that you're never going to get that thing that you want. But when you try and listen for it.
Sharing some of these stories as you walk, kind of trying to piece together exactly like why you were on the way here. You do make it eventually to the cave. Shriek just kind of taking his nap after a loud shriek.
I'll gently scoop him up. Try not to wake him.
You now all see the four empty tapestries, the four symbols of the sun, the moon, the beast, and the seed. Chugsby keep bringing you up to speed as to how it works. What would you all like to do?
By the way, you are all like big fluffy pigs with wings for eyes.
That's rude, and I would like an apology.
You were like a furry, like millipede creature, and he was a horny gorilla. I still can't get that out of my head.
Never.
So we each need to take one of the. Do we think it matters who grabs what?
What's the thing that you said? A little line, a little ditty.
The who's-
Dusk to bloom.
Dusk to bloom.
Yeah.
Dusk to bloom.
From dusk to bloom.
So
Dusk.
I was
sun
thinking.
and moon,
Right.
and then the sun and the beast go somewhere in between. Maybe.
Could be. I tried so many different ways. I honestly don't remember which
Well,
combinations I tried.
so you've shown us all of the things, right? Holding 4 different ones.
Yeah,
Erases
and
all
He
of it.
grabs a hold of one each. The tapestry clears again.
Okay.
It has almost like this like shifting effect every time the 4 are all interacted with or all 4 are set down.
Put down just the beast.
Okay.
What happens if we're holding the sun? Because the sun happens before dusk, and then the sun goes down and the moon comes out. And then after the moon, the plant, because of the dew in the morning. What about
When the
those?
sun when you hold 3 symbols, all 3 symbols do light up.
Okay.
Whichever ones you hold. Whether you hold the seed, the sun, and the moon, whether you hold the sun, the moon, and the beast, the sun, and the seed, or any other combo.
Is it always the same tapestry? Like if we approach a tapestry,
Yeah.
that tapestry alights. With
Whatever
the-
tapestry you approach, whatever symbols are being approached at the time, interact and change depending. So as you walked forward with the moon and the seed to the first tapestry, you see the moon in the sky, and the seed currently planted, but no dirt covering it.
So, but it's on the same tapestry. Okay.
It's a
So,
story.
we have to plant the seed. No.
The beast is the thing that
what
plants
kind
it, baby?
of beast is it? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Describe to me what this beast looks like, Grick.
Yeah. It's a
It's a pig with wings.
It's a horny
thing with,
gorilla.
eye wings. No, it's actually a it's a kind of in the shape of an armadillo, but it's got the black and white tuxedo, kind of like a penguin.
Oh.
I love it.
Right,
That's a
super
cute guy.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cute guy.
Okay.
The pengadillo.
I hold the beast.
You
I hold just the beast. And I want to walk over to the first tapestry and they go like take him like he's walking through the different tapestries.
You put the beast on the first tapestry with that previously had the seed and the moon. The beast sits and eats the seed. Then you go to the second tapestry. The beast just sits, looking around. Third tapestry, the beast sits, looks around. The fourth tapestry, the beast sits, just looks around.
So each of these tapestries need 3 images upon them, perhaps, to interact.
Need one. But if he was doing something on one, and so then, like, with you doing the beast and that happening on the first one,
Yeah.
I'm going to grab the moon and I'm going to approach the second tapestry.
When you put the moon on the second tapestry, the beast looks at the moon and then goes to sleep.
Sun on the third.
Yeah, so
One of you
The
guys
sun?
get the sun.
The sun shines on the third. The beast wakes up.
And
sun
then
needs
the
to-
seed on the last one.
Yeah, the sun needs to
Because you put the seed on the last one.
photosynthesize, or whatever
It-
seeds do.
Opens the dirt and plants the seed. The dirt still not covered.
Take the beast to that one.
Yeah.
He got
So
to
the
his
beast-
job.
Yes. Take the beast there.
As you now add the beast looks at it and eats the seed.
God, he's always eating that seed.
Day or night? 'Cause
You're
we tried
not
it with
sure
the moon
because you've
and
never
the
put the
sun,
seed
right?
in the beast and the sun.
Okay.
Move the
So-
sun there.
So, alright, so beast, seed, sun.
Well, actually, as you touch the beast and the seed again, since you have touched all 4, it clears.
Put down the moon.
put down the moon,
Hold.
beast, and then sun, and then moon, and then seed.
You can't have 4. It can only be 3 because otherwise it clears, right? So just beast, sun, seed all together. Hold. At the tapestry with the sun. The sun tapestry. Where the dirt is. For the dirt.
Actually, who would like to helm a knowledge roll here?
I mean,
Plus
I can.
1.
I got +2.
Oh, that's you.
I've-
That's you.
I've experimented
That
the
should
most
have-
on this thing.
Everyone make a knowledge roll, and then we'll see what Chugsby gets as a bonus.
Oh boy.
This is so funny. I rolled a 12 and a 1 again.
Plus your knowledge.
13. 14.
14 just succeeds.
Ooh, okay,
22.
That's a success. And Grick?
Just succeeds.
7.
7. So that's gonna be fun. So Chugsby, you get an additional +1 then.
Is the one
question.
eating the seed.
Yeah, I'm actually just chewing on the seed tile the whole time. Can I add a prayer dice to?
Yeah, you can add a prayer dice to Chugsby's roll.
to Chugsby's roll. Okay.
So yeah,
Can I
Chugsby.
add an experience as well?
Yeah, as long as you have the hope for it.
I do.
So you're gonna +3 from me.
Okay. So +3 from Grick. Then I'm going to add, I've heard a story about that. Just to see, because it seems like a very just like basic,
Sure.
sort of, almost like a story that would be told
Yeah.
through various different cultures and whatnot. So wait, it was +1, +3, so +4, plus my knowledge is +6, plus my experience
your
is +8.
experience.
Okay, so we're adding 8 to this. Ooh, okay. That is a 16 with hope, +8 is 24.
24.
With hope.
24 with hope. Add that hope. As you do so, you have heard a story. In fact, the same song and lullaby that Kora once sang and has shared with the group. The full phrase would be sun to moon, dusk to bloom. That's part of that song. Unsure of exactly what that means. You must, though, transition from the sun, and then it must bloom at dusk. With that, how do you wish to approach?
So sun to moon, dusk to bloom.
So the sun comes up and wakes the beast.
So we start with the sun.
Okay.
So sun, beast, seed.
You see the sun wake the beast in the first tapestry.
Yeah.
Anything else you're adding?
No.
Okay. The beast looks up at the sun and wakes. What's in the second tapestry?
Sun to moon, dusk to bloom. So y'all think sun and beast, moon and beast to put the guy to sleep? Because The guy.
Sun Beast seed, because in one of them, didn't the seed go into the ground but it didn't get covered with dirt?
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Do
we need-
Because we tried the beast with the sun and the seed,
Yeah.
right?
I wonder if it's like Sun Beast and then like Beast Seed and then Seed Moon, like, you know what I mean? Like one from the last one, almost like a little train.
Right.
But
Chugga,
they
chugga,
have to.
chugga,
We have to take the beast with something else to the seed. Otherwise, he just eats the seed.
It's true.
So hungry for that seed all the time.
So did we do the sun beast seed?
Yeah.
So
And I
as you
missed
put the
what
sun
happened?
and the beast and the seed, just to test it on one of the empty tapestries, the seed is placed, it gets burned up by the sun, and the beast looks at the empty hole.
Yeah, because it has to happen at the dusk. But I guess that's represented by the moon, because that's when dusk
Or it's
would
the
happen.
sun
is when-
and the moon?
I was just about to say, can we put the sun, moon, seed in one and what happens? I don't know.
Clearing the tapestries, you put the sun, moon, seed in the first one. The sun and the moon create dusk, and the seed is uncovered and planted in the ground.
but uncovered. So
Correct.
second one.
So you put the same thing. What do you put in the first one? One thing that you do notice, and I'll give this to you all, is whatever is happening in one scene is in reaction to what has happened in the previous
Right.
scene.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I was wondering if there has to be, like, if it's 2 in each instead of 3 in each.
So if you
Yuck.
put the same sun, moon, seed in 2, it's just the same exact image.
Yeah,
Right.
because he wakes up in the first
The
one if you put
sun.
him with the sun.
Yeah.
He wakes up. And then dusk gets created if you put the sun and the moon together.
So what if you do sun?
So he
moon,
wakes
beast?
up, then it's dusk, then the seed plant.
Okay, so the beast wakes up, plants the seed, then dusk comes and the seed blooms.
Yes.
So
I don't understand it, but
as
yes.
you clear, go ahead and put, what do you put in the first tapestry?
The beast, the sun,
The
right?
sun and the beast.
Okay, the beast wakes up.
Okay.
Then we do.
What if we then do, okay, so we did Sun and Beast,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then what if in the second one
Sun and
we do, yeah,
The beast and the.
Sun and the
Make
Moon
the dawn.
for dusk to come,
Okay.
dusk.
and then we do Moon. Damn.
Can
Are
we do
like,
beast
that-
and seed? On
Let's
the third
try
one?
that. Let's take
Yeah.
it step by step.
Okay.
So let's go to the second one and try to make the dusk.
Yeah.
Sun and moon on second one after we've already done the first one.
Sun and moon on second one makes dusk.
Okay.
There's
Is the
nothing.
beast
then
still
we
there?
do-
It's-
There's nothing on the.
So
There's
then we do
no
Beast
object.
and Seed.
We need the beast there, right?
To
Does the
test it, as
beast-
you put the beast there, the beast goes to sleep.
Oh, we can't go to sleep. Seed
So-
there.
Or no, hold on, it's dusk. The beast does not go to sleep.
Dusk.
The dusk looks and gets tired.
Right. So then we take the sun out of the equation. So then the third one is Seed, Moon, Beast. And then the final one is Moon, Seed.
As you put the beast with the moon in the third one, the beast is asleep. The seed just sits on top of the beast.
Sun and beast, he wakes up. That's a good starting point. We're all happy with that one, yeah?
I think
Second one,
I think
could we
so.
try sun, moon, seed? I just want to see what
Yeah,
happens.
as you
Sun, moon,
do,
seed.
as you do the beast,
He wakes up.
It then goes to dusk with the seed. The seed sits open.
Okay.
Take the sun out for the third. So it's Beast, Moon, Seed.
The yeah.
The beast sleeps on top of the. Sorry, it's nighttime. The
Yeah.
seed gets planted, and then the beast finds a place to sleep, and as he's sleeping, covers the seed.
Oh, wait, no, that's good.
That's
Ah.
good. And
Now
then the
the
final one
So
is Moon, Seed. Or Moon.
Moon,
Or does
beast,
the
seed?
sun come up to bloom the seed?
Yeah, that's
But
what
it's
I was
And he's got to wake up and get away. Sun, beast, seed?
So sun, beast, seed. Yeah.
So as you put the sun beast seed, the beast wakes up, looks at the sun. The seed is currently planted. And then you just see sun to moon light, but the wording up to the top still just says dusk to bloom, unlit. As it reminds you, dusk to bloom.
So what if we start, instead of starting daytime, start nighttime? You start
Moon seed.
moon seed, and the seed gets planted, right?
The seed gets planted. It's
Wait,
still
can we put
uncovered.
beast there too? Does the beast then go on top of that? That
Yeah,
would
as
we
the
do
beast,
moon?
The beast goes on top. It covers the seed.
Okay.
Great.
All right. Then we go sun, beast seed.
Okay. The sun lights up. The beast sits there, wakes up, stands on the seed.
Great. We're on to it.
And then we do moon, sun, beast.
Okay. The moon and the sun switches to dusk, and the beast is still there.
And then moon,
And then moon, sun, seed.
seed.
The beast is no longer there, as the sun and the moon descend into dusk, and the seed begins to grow.
Do it.
Bloom.
You see the words of the tapestry.
Bloom, you bastard.
Dusk to bloom. As the tapestries just begin to kind of all come to one image of just this large gargantuan plant that is sprouted up all the way into the stars.
Ooh.
I want to climb it.
On the right and the left of this stone plant, 2 entryways open up. And with that being said, that's where we'll end today's session.
With a choice.
With a choice.
So,
If it ain't right.
We'll make Mama do it. We'll make Mama choose.
if you
Spin
want
mama.
to see
Spin the mama.
what happens next, follow us on the next episode of Scapegoat's Plunder.
I want to see what happens next.
See you guys.
Yeah, can I follow?
Oh, see ya.
Bye, everybody.
From ink and steel, stories are forged. We are BladeBound Saga.